Catherine. I live in Woodley near Reading, and I'm married and I've got 2 children.
Kate, and I live in Worcester with my partner and our two daughters.
I'm married. I've got 3 grown-up children who are in their 20s.
I am Simon Houghton. I am married with 2 teenage daughters. I live in Basingstoke in Hampshire.
Diagnosed that I had high-frequency sensory neural loss.
I suddenly became deaf in the end of last year. Got something called sudden sensory neural hearing loss.
I have been deaf since I was fairly young. I have deafness in both ears.
I was born deaf. I have sensory neural hearing loss.
Diagnosed when I was around about 24.
Sudden onset of deafness with no explainable reason.
I now wear hearing aids, which has obviously changed my life.
And I do rely quite heavily on lip reading.
I rely on hearing aids and also lip reading.
For me, I just turned my head and then lost the hearing completely in my left ear. During lockdown, it has been a little bit of a struggle. I obviously wasn't used to being deaf before, so the situation has been quite out of the ordinary.
This lockdown has brought its own struggles for me with mask wearing, because obviously that makes it really difficult for lip reading.
I have had a few experiences where I've had sort of service, if you call it that I would have rather not had.
Lockdown's been particularly difficult with the need to wear masks. I have to rely on lip reading, and I find it really difficult to communicate with others, both getting my message across, but also hearing what other people are saying in response.
But I know from just being in the shops, for example, because I've only got one functioning ear that would be the dominant side, if there's any background noise, I then find it incredibly difficult to hear anybody's speech, which makes it quite isolating, because you're in a situation where you are unable to understand what people are saying.
The lady on the front door refused to remove her mask to let me see her mouth and speak to me, and decided she would rather talk to the children to tell them and they could pass it on to me.
Add a visor to that mask and the hearing side of it is really impacted.
One of my worst experiences when I first started working, I was essentially thrown off a project because I didn't hear what was said in terms of an action that I had been given. I thought I'd heard something else. It turned out I had misunderstood or misheard what was said, and as a result I was thrown off the project, which was both incredibly upsetting and I was quite angry about, because there didn't seem to be any support for me with my disability.
I would like people to be more understanding and appreciative that people have disabilities and we're not all the same. Just because your company has told you you must wear the mask, they maybe haven't thought that people might need to see your mouth. So maybe ask the company to get some of the plastic visors that go around your face so that people can see your mouth, and swap it to that if somebody asks to see the mouth, which a lot of people do.
Let them feel empowered that they can make a decision about how best to communicate.
What would be really helpful is for people not to feel too worried if I ask them to take their mask off and repeat what they've said to me. Taking a step back is absolutely fine. Looking up when talking to me as well, so when I've actually let them know that I'm struggling to hear them and that I do lip read, is to actually keep looking at me as well, so I can keep concentrating on their lips as well as trying to listen in at the same time.
So I've obviously got a dominant right side, so I quite like people to position themselves on that side, so I'm able to hear exactly what they're saying. When I walk with my friend, she always generally moves to that side of me, or I move the other side, just so that we can then have a conversation and there is no difficulty whatsoever then.
And just be a bit more appreciative that we're not all perfect and we can't all see and hear, and I've got disabilities, and you have to be appreciative of other people's problems.
I would love it if people were a little bit more patient and empathetic when someone says that they can't hear. A lot of people have a hearing impairment, and for me, I would love it if somebody was to sort of say, well, what would be best for you? And ask me how I would like to communicate with that person. That would be brilliant.